Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, good evening. Guess how you can pay at your local Walmart in the near future? Well, with crypto and Bitcoin. So let's talk about this big news. And also, let's talk about what else is going on in the world of crypto today. So let's get started. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com. And make sure you follow my other channels as well. Another house video posted on I Am George. All right. Welcome. What is going on tonight? Well, today overall has been pretty good. Since this morning, you see U.S. markets had a pretty good day. Pre-market for tomorrow looking pretty sharp too. So right now we're moving in the right direction. Bitcoin is at 19.5. Unfortunately, it didn't make any headways up, but altcoins did. Altcoins did start going up today. Notice a lot of things in the green. So that's positive. Bitcoin dominance went down a little bit, but we got some big news to talk about with Walmart. So let's get to that first. So Walmart's CTO, well, it's been rumored for quite some time that Walmart was going to get into crypto. There's been a lot of hints. First of all, in China, they're already partnered up with VeChain, so that's pretty big. And you could track things, and that's terrific. But, you know, there's been a lot about how they're going to enter the space in a big way with NFTs, with payments, with possibly their own crypto, right? And their CTO just came out and said, you know what, crypto will become an important part of how customers transact. We want to make sure that we make it as friction-free for customers so that they are able to drive value out of it. So basically, they have confirmed that they will be adopting Bitcoin crypto as payments in the future. But, you know, who knows? Who knows where this is going to go? Or they'll come out their own wallet. Are they going to come out with like a Walmart coin, right? Are they going to distribute limited edition NFTs? Who knows, right? Walmart is definitely a big giant, the biggest retail giant that we have in the U.S. So for them to enter in the space in a big way, of course, we welcome that. So that's absolutely huge, right? So that's pretty positive. Now, the thing is, you could argue, well, right now, George, who's going to be spending crypto? Probably not right now, but again, think long term. Think long term when crypto grows bigger, more adoption, more maturity in the space, right? And think about the next bull run when people are really jumping back in. You know, that's when something like this will really come into play. And as global adoption happens, it's not just going to be Walmart. Everyone else, every retailer, everywhere will start accepting Bitcoin and crypto. And it's the beginning of the end, if you think about it, for the USD and for other fiat currencies. Right now, we're still worried about converting our Bitcoin and crypto to USD or pound or whatever to buy things with. In the future, you're just going to be able to pay with them. You don't have to make this exchange, right? So very exciting indeed. Also, BNY Mellon, who recently said that, yeah, they're also getting involved. Their CEO came out and said, we're prepared to support clients' needs on this important journey. What does that mean? They're not only going to help their biggest clients store, because they are the biggest custodian bank out there. Not only are they going to help their clients store crypto, but they're going to help them buy crypto as well. So more and more banks are also turning in to big Bitcoin bulls. They have to in order to survive, right? So think about the irony there. But more and more banks are coming out and also basically saying, hey, this is the future and we're not going to miss it. And that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. What else is going on? A lot of positive news for Bitcoin right now. Volatility falls to a 2-year low. That's good. Despite the market volatility, the U.S. market volatility last week We saw a lot of up and downs this week so far. It's only been one day. It's been good. But last week with its up and downs, Bitcoin has held pretty well. Didn't really drop any further. We didn't retest 17,000 like many thought it would. No. So this is fantastic. And again, why? Because more and more holders are getting sick of what's going on out there. And there's this DCAing. They're ignoring the macro stuff that's happening, right? And more people are also tuning into this space. So this makes sense. That volatility falls to a 2-year low. And usually when this happens, what follows afterwards is a tremendous rise up. Usually when you find that bottom, that's when volatility also follows the bottom because all the retail investors have left. And that's when you could really go on a really good run. So like I said, we got November, December. Can we make a good run within the last 2.5 months? Let's see. We may have started already. All right, moving on. Riot blockchain CEO says mining space is the best positioned, or firm is one of the best positioned acquirers. Basically, he's saying, yeah, we're doing good. All the mining companies out there are saying they're doing good. That's why hash rate continues to go higher and higher and higher, right? Look at this. The total hash rate all-time high and has spiked up recently. There's no stopping the miners right now. Miners know that they have something good. It's a race to mine the very last Bitcoin, and they will continue to add more mining power, increase their hash rate, which will increase the difficulty, which in essence makes the network more robust, more secure, and makes it the greatest network that we have ever seen, or will make it the greatest network we've ever seen. So yeah, so that's also pretty fantastic as well. Yeah, and then of course this is no surprise. Supply held by long-term holders, all-time high right now, just keeps going up and up and up and up. Again, holders are not going anywhere, and more people are turning to Bitcoin because they're just fed up with everything else that's going on. So this is all fantastic stuff. All right, now, outside of Bitcoin, a couple of interesting news. Number one, for you, those of you guys that are Ripple fans, there is a project that is testing EVM compatibility with their sidechain utilizing XRP Ledger. Interesting. Ripple right now doesn't really have any EVM compatibility. There was a project called Flare that really wanted to get things going, and they kind of expanded outside of just XRP. But now we have another one that is looking to do the same thing. Interesting. Can sidechains bring dApps to Ripple? The answer is yes. So let's see where this goes. That's pretty exciting. Speaking of EVM and Ethereum is launching its testnet to begin work on this next upgrade, Shanghai upgrade, which is supposed to be done 6 to 12 months. Now, this is a stepping stone in terms of true scaling. So there will be EIPs that will help get Ethereum to where it needs to be for ZK rollups and true scaling. But this also will unlock a lot of Ethereum stakers and anyone that's deposited or staked in the Beacon chain, and any of the stakers, their rewards are all locked up. So when this comes out, that will be all unlocked. So good stuff for Ethereum. Also, there's another project, Aptos, which was spun from Facebook. So it was their Web 3.0 initiative. They gave up on it when Davis Marcus left and basically it's spun up to its own thing. It's a new L1 that's very backed by VCs, and they're a proof of work chain that can scale well. I don't know if it's going to do well. I mean, there's a lot of L1s and L2s out there, but they do have a lot of money backing them. So we'll see what they do. And then what else is there? Texas investigates FTX for security violations. Basically, one of the directors downloaded FTX app, and then he was able to earn interest on Ethereum, basically without KYC. And he's like, that's no good. So he is objecting to Voyager being sold to FTX and FTX in general. So basically, this may throw a wrench in this acquisition. We'll see. We'll see. Texas is very strict, just like New York. You know, New York has a bid license. Texas has their own thing. That's why a lot of exchanges can't operate in Texas. So it's quite interesting how Texas is actually really strict with Bitcoin and crypto, or crypto exchanges, let's say. SEC and CFTC probing bankrupt crypto hedge fund through capital. It's a little too late. I mean, this already happened. Everyone's gone. I don't know what they're going after. I mean, this is like, 6 months, 12 months too late. But there's that. And then lastly, I saw this. Has nothing to do with crypto, but this basically tells me in my mind that GM is so out of tune with what's going on, and they're basically going to go bankrupt. I can't believe that GM right now decided that it's a good idea to launch a $300,000 luxury car called Celestiq. It's an EV car, and they want to compete with the likes of Bentley and Rolls-Royce, and this will be their flagship car that will be coming out in 2024. And I saw on YouTube, they already invited some of the biggest YouTubers to review it. I didn't get an invite, unfortunately, but this just shows me how it just shows me how out of tune GM is right now. Okay. No one, literally no one is going to be buying this car. They're just wasting their money and time and effort, and they're just going to be laughed at by everyone. So this is just utterly ridiculous, in my opinion. All right, that's pretty much it. Now let's do some Q&A. Might as well buy a Maybach. I mean, yeah. I don't know. GM, the only good car GM has is the Corvette. That's pretty much it. Everything else could be just like maybe the Escalade. Escalade and some of their big SUVs and trucks, but everything else could be thrown in the trash. Let's see. Thoughts on Tesla putting BTC on their balance sheet tomorrow when earnings comes out? I thought it was Wednesday. Not Tuesday. But it's already on their balance sheet. They had to take a permanent loss because of it. So, yeah, I think it's already on there. Jack asked, does Walmart CDO publicly disclose stock trades? Maybe interesting to watch. I don't think so. They only have to disclose what they buy. Like in his case, probably Walmart stock, but he doesn't have to disclose like if he's buying Bitcoin or anything, if that's what you're hinting at, Jack. So probably not. Let's see here. What's your thoughts on compound finance? Compound? What's like Aave? It's a DeFi staking lending platform. It's been around for a while. I think it's okay. It's just not very exciting, not very enticing for me. If you want to use it, great. As their token, the only thing you could do really is just for governance issues. I don't know. I like L1s, L2s much more. Barry, can you explain what catalyst will turn BTC from store of value to spendable currency? What good is the retail infrastructure if no one spends Bitcoin? You don't need to spend Bitcoin. Some would argue, yeah, you have to, but you don't need to. You still have to have an infrastructure because the infrastructure still is a ledger. So even though, just think about it. Even if you don't use it day to day, you could still use it for high-end purchases. For example, if you wanted to purchase a mansion or a yacht or a business, you still need a very reliable ledger that will allow you to transact and store that transaction, right? It does not mean that you have to pay Starbucks or McDonald's or Walmart with Bitcoin. You could. To answer your question, I honestly don't think that Bitcoin needs to become a day-to-day transactional currency. I think being a store of value that people can spend periodically when they want to, that's where it's heading. Now, you can utilize, many will argue no, just use the Lightning Network. And there's many wallet makers and dApps that are embracing it. And soon, with brands also adopting Lightning Network, then it makes it very easy and fast for people to pay, right? But it's just that right now it's a store of value. No one really wants to pay, but one day when it gets high enough, it could be a catalyst for people to start really spending their crypto. So there's that. What do you think ETH bottom will be? 500 worst case, 800 best case? I say both is wrong. I saw the 4 Lightning on action today. Loved it. What do you mean on action? Like, did you see it on the road or did you play around with one? What does that mean now, on action? I appreciate your thoughts on ADA. Apparently, the volume of sales have massively increased according to Fox on Twitter. Okay, I don't even know what that means, like why someone needs to report that. You can see it yourself. But no, nothing has changed with ADA. Nothing has changed. It's still doing its thing, still bringing up more dApps. Some news about Sunday Swap and some of the DEXs they're trying to figure out how to utilize and scale better after the Vassal hard fork. But outside of that, nothing significant or mind-blowing has come out. And I don't know who's saying what on Twitter. It doesn't matter. ADA is a great project. It's a long-term hold. That's all you really need to worry about. If BTC reaches 70K without regulation, why do you think people think it can't pass 22K now? I don't think people don't think it can pass 22K. I just think, people underestimate the fact that Bitcoin is still early. It's only been around for 13, 14 years. And it's premature to think that it can stand as a store of value while everything else is falling, right? It's just not mature enough. In another 10 years, another 20 years, another 50 years, maybe. But right now, with the whole world really worried about going into recession and the banks screwing up big time and governments also screwing up big time, right? There's a lot of downward pressure that Bitcoin can't overcome. So, yeah, that's why it's not moving. But it will. It always does. It's been through worse. When it was smaller, you look at previous cycles, it was hammered by whales and even Wall Street institutions, but not anymore. It's just right now the macro conditions are just so bad. Really, really bad. But even with that said, Bitcoin is still holding strong. GM didn't invite you because you're telling the truth. I would say that. I mean, yeah, that's probably why I didn't get an invite, because this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Yeah, literally, they'll probably sell one, and that's to the GM or the CEO of GM, and that's it. No one else is buying this car. If they opened up a waiting list, I'll guarantee you no one's on it. Kevin O'Leary saying I was stuck at 22. Yeah, I like Kevin O'Leary. I do like him a lot, but he's a newcomer into the space. He's a very, very, very big newbie. And a lot of people, especially guys, traditional Wall Street guys, investment guys, they treat Bitcoin like everything else. And short term, it does seem like they're right. But they haven't been in the space long enough. And a lot of them truly don't understand. That's why I feel like they're bandwagoners. What's the term? They jumped on the bandwagon, and a lot of them got out afterwards too and started saying bad things as well. So, yeah, I disagree. I think Bitcoin just surpassed 22K recently, and it was at 25K. I think easily it could get back there. Why do you think Michael Saylor hasn't accepted your invite? Oh, I have not asked for a long time. And before I noticed, he only does interviews with people that kind of disagree with him, that kind of like question him. And for the longest time, I didn't do that. I thought Michael was doing the right thing. He's on the right path. And I still do think he is on the right path, of course. With $3 billion to the Bitcoin, he's definitely on the right path. But I just disagree with him on his stance with Ethereum and other crypto out there. I get what he's saying, but I feel like I just feel like he either doesn't understand or he's purposely kind of being naive in some of the things he says about altcoins. That's all. BTC has surpassed Kevin O'Leary. I don't know what that means exactly, but it sounds right. Hi from New Zealand. Nearly a Bitcoiner. Congrats and welcome. One BTC. Anyone in the chat watching, anyone watching later, the goal for really anyone in this space is to accumulate at least one Bitcoin. At least one. Because even with that one, you could become a millionaire someday when Bitcoin hits $1 million. Just by having one will get you that $1 million. But it's not for everyone. Not right away. You still have to plop $19,533 for one Bitcoin. It's not easy. Most people cannot do that. So you just got to take it one step at a time, DCA over time, and just strive for it. And then afterwards, strive for 2 Bitcoins, and then 3 Bitcoins, and then 10 Bitcoins. You keep going. You never stop. The name of the game is to accumulate as many Bitcoins as you can within your lifetime. That's what I believe in. So... How's the house building weather? Well, today was horrible. Today was absolutely horrible. It was cold. But you know what? I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful everything will get done before really bad weather hits. As long as the roof and walls are up, the guys can still work inside. And that's what I'm hopeful for. So I just posted a video today, but that video is actually like a week ago, so much more progress has been made, and going to create another video soon. Enjoy the video on the Sportage. Thank you. I'm surprised so many people wrote in the comments about like the volume knob and how there's like a secret way to enable it. I'm like, okay, guys, okay, calm down. That car is still great, except the volume knob. They still need to put a dedicated volume knob and not make it so difficult that even car reviewers can't find it. Jacob, a lot. Let's just put it that way. I did actually walk on a plank today, but not one of those crazy dangerous ones, but I did. Your appliance shopping video gave me anxiety. Oh, that's only beginning. Wait until I finalize cabinets and other things. That will really drive you nuts. It's insane how expensive things are these days. All right, guys. So soon we'll be able to pay with crypto at our local Walmarts. That's positive. But what about others? What about Amazon or Target or Kroger's or wherever, right? They'll all soon follow. Once the leader, starts, everyone will follow. So very, very positive. But overall, guys, a lot more positive things will be coming. So stay strong, stay focused, and make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. And check out my other videos on my other channels. URLs in the description. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.